How do you allegedly call the police knowing where your daughter was, knowing we were stuck in Jamaica because of you, and telling them that your parental time is being impeded upon because your child's father is refusing to give your kid to you? I am legitimately in this fight for father's rights with you. What's going on, guys? Vinark MP, or my real name, Kevin Parkinson, back with another episode of Father's Win. And I'm a very transparent person. I enjoy being transparent because there's this air of honesty that it requires. And to be honest means to have this weight off of your shoulders. And even though privacy is very important for certain reasons, for the most part, I like being an open book. Doesn't mean I'm just going to go and tell you what my social security number is, but I like being approachable. So me doing this Father's Win series has been a whirlwind. In the last month and a half, you guys have been so amazing to me. And you guys have not only enjoyed the content, but have interacted with the content, shared it, left thousands of comments. Some of you have emailed me personally. And I just want to say thank you all. I really appreciate the community that we're building here. And to remind you guys, this is a channel where we are reviewing favorable outcomes for fathers in family court, but we don't bash women. And you guys have all been very respectful of that, and that's really cool. But it goes without saying that I'm always drawing from my experiences of the last 6.5 years inside of family court, because that's where I got all this experience from. That's how I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. I am not as well-versed in family law as a trained professional. I'm just sharing my insight, not so you can go and use it in court, but so you can have a better understanding and a groundwork to start somewhere, to have a better understanding of how family court works, so you can have more of a favorable outcome in family court. But at the same time, I've been very transparent that I'm still going through family court myself. My daughter is 8 years old. I might have 10 more years of this with a woman who I really thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. She literally woke up one day and said, I don't want to do this anymore. And even though our divorce was easy, our relationship has gotten rockier and rockier and rockier. And I got to admit, I have been a menace at certain times because of the frustration that has come from being lied on, people in my family being lied on, my child being stripped away from me. There were times where I was like, well, I need to be mean back. Doesn't get anybody anywhere. I can go ahead and let you know, though, without a shadow of a doubt, I have never practiced parental alienation. I have never gone out of my way to besmirk my ex-wife's name. I've never lied on her. I've never gone to our school and said that she's practicing absconding and I don't know where she is and that she's fled the country. She's done that to me. I've never gone to Child Protective Services and said somebody in her family has SA'd our daughter. She did that to me and my brother. Found to be not true. Our daughter had to have a full physical cavity and it was proven not true. Did anything happen to her? Absolutely not. I haven't tried to get this woman, gosh darn, pension 401k, that kind of money from her to ruin her. Can't say she hasn't done the same for me. Well, as you guys know, if you go back a few videos before this Father Win series started, in December of 2024, I was stuck in Jamaica for 9 days because I needed a new passport for my daughter. My daughter's a dual citizen. I am too, Jamaican and American. Big up, big up. And as proud as I am of my American citizenship, my daughter wasn't able to get her passport renewed because when I asked her mother several years ago, and for the last couple years for it, she literally told our judge, he's got family in Jamaica, and if he gets a passport for our daughter, he'll run away to Jamaica and never come back. I have a whole nother son. I have a wife who's American. I'm American. I own a house in America. Yeah. So why am I saying all this? Like, Kev, get to the courtroom. What does this have to do with anything? I am currently being investigated by the city of Peoria, Arizona, for, I won't use the right terminology here, but ultimately I got a call yesterday from Peoria PD. And I'm just going to play the audio tape for you guys. And then I'll let you guys know my thoughts afterwards. Is this the report that was made by my daughter's mother, Jamie Williams, or is this a
Yes.
report made by me? Okay. May I please get that report number just to be on safe?
Yeah, of course.
Peoria Police report number?
Yes. My name's Officer.
And were you the gentleman who spoke to me when I was in Jamaica?
I am not.
Okay, got it.
So I just wanted to call, kind of get a brief rundown. It looks like around Thanksgiving time, you took your daughter out of state and then out of country. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know if your court orders state that you have to give any type of notice, or is there any timeline with that?
No,
Is there any? Go
no,
ahead.
no timeline at all. Our
Okay.
Maricopa County court ordered mandate states the second you cross state lines, you are to notify the other parent and let them know where you are going. So the before we got off the airplane, should I say before we boarded our flight to Baltimore, because that's our connecting city, I emailed the mother, which I have proof of, to let her know we're going to Baltimore. We went to Baltimore, spent some time there. I do have family in the Baltimore area. We
Hmm.
left Baltimore the next day, got on a flight for Jamaica. Before we got on the airplane, I emailed Jamie and I said, hey, we are going to continue our Thanksgiving break in Jamaica. I let her know the day and the time that we are returning according to our Southwest flight credentials.
Okay.
Yes,
And I know we'll get into it in a second. I know that there was some mishap with the passport and everything.
yes.
Per your original plans, were you only going to have autumn on the days that are normally your days, or was it planned to extend past that?
No, and I would be able to provide the original flight information. We were only going to have Autumn for the days that we have her. Our return flights showed that we were getting back on the day, the night that we were supposed to exchange her with Jamie, or the night before. I'm so sorry that I don't remember. It's been
No, you're fine.
about a month now.
Okay. Do you have to have any type of permission or anything before doing that, or just
Absolutely not.
notification?
Just
Okay.
notification.
Okay.
And
I'm
while
just
we were
asking
in
because
Jamaica,
different court orders have different
right.
specifications.
Right. No, we have completely 50-50 joint custody, also complete 50-50 decision making, and that's for education, that's for medical. We're legitimately completely 50-50 co-parents. And while we were in Jamaica, I was sending her updates and pictures of our daughter. Hey, Autumn's having a great time. Autumn's getting to see where her grandparents have come from, all types of stuff.
Okay. Did she have any addresses of where your locations were going to be versus just generally Jamaica, and or any way to contact you while you were over there?
Yes, we can. I can be contacted through WhatsApp. I can be contacted through Facebook. I can be contacted by phone number. Nothing in our court order says that we cannot communicate via cell phone, landline, instant messenger, Instagram, and whatnot. And I always open the door for Jamie. When it comes on to an address in Jamaica, to be honest with you, sir, my family is from Westmoreland, Jamaica. That is the country, the sticks. Like, there's no Wi-Fi out there, so there's not an address to give. But we have never practiced giving each other addresses. Whenever Jamie takes Autumn out of the state and goes to Denver or Hawaii, she never gives me addresses. So I've respected that decision of hers, and moving forward, I just reciprocate. So I don't give her addresses. Jamie and I were married for 6 years. So when we go to places like New York, Florida, or California, my ex-wife knows where all my family lives in these states. So there was really no need to give her addresses. And when it came on to Jamaica, I just communicated with her the same way she communicated with me when she took my daughter abruptly to Hawaii earlier this year. I never got an address. I didn't know what resort they were staying at. Nothing. So just reciprocated the same communication back. Hey, we're in Jamaica. I let her know the parish that we were going to. I let her know the airport we were flying into. Jamaica's a small country. I mean, it's smaller than the state of Arizona. So by her knowing what side of the island we were on and what airport we were going through, it's not really any way to hide where we were.
Okay. When did you end up coming back?
Okay, so we came back 14 days after, no, 9 days after the second. So December 11th, I believe. I could be wrong by a few days.
Okay. And that's after the passport situation was all figured out?
Yes, that's after the passport situation was figured out. I have to go on record and let you know the only reason we were stuck in Jamaica for the amount of days we were is because of Jamie's actions. The day we were supposed to leave, we get to the ticket counter and Southwest says, "Hey, Mr. Parkinson, we are so sorry. But after COVID, our mandates changed. Even though you have your daughter's Jamaican passport, expired United States passport, and Arizona birth certificate, we can't allow her to board the flight because the American passport is expired. So we need you to go to the American embassy and request a temporary U.S. passport." So, of course, we were disappointed. We were frustrated. We immediately contacted Jamie. We let her know, hey, I'm going to need you to sign the DC-11 form, which is the form that'll get us a passport for Autumn. She agreed to do it the next day. The next day, I was on a bus from Westmoreland to Kingston, Jamaica, the capital of Jamaica. It's a 4-hour bus ride. Costs a couple $100 because I had to take my wife, our 2-year-old son, and Autumn. While this is happening, I'm communicating with Jamie. I'm letting her know, hey, we're on the bus. Hey, we're going. Jamie doesn't allow me to call her. For some odd reason, she said she's not comfortable with me calling her. So I just was communicating with her through email. So I'm able to prove all of this. The minute we got to Kingston, the U.S. Embassy emails me and says, "Hey, Mr. Parkinson, Jamie, stop communicating with us. We don't know what's going on. We printed the temporary passport so you guys could leave tonight or tomorrow." So I emailed Jamie. I said, "What is going on?" She said, "Well, moving forward, I won't be communicating with you anymore about this. You'll have to communicate with the U.S. Embassy and the United States Department of, what is the name of the department? International Children. The U.S. International Bureau of Children. That's the U.S. Bureau that investigates kidnapped American children outside of the United States." I said, "What are you talking about?" So we walk into the embassy, and the embassy says, "Jamie, stop communicating with us." And we got notification from the International Bureau of Children in Washington, D.C., and now we have to do an internal investigation. They literally showed me the temporary passport was sitting on the desk waiting for us. They said, "We're so sorry we can't give this to you anymore." Because Jamie, all she had to do was sign the DC-11 form. She's decided not to. So I said, "How long is this going to take?" They said it could take up to 2 weeks.
Okay. If she had signed that form, what's the date you would have returned on?
I believe that's December 3rd. I believe that's December 3rd or December
Okay.
2nd. December 2nd.
And would that have been enough time to return
Of course.
Autumn for
Yes,
her normal parenting time?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, no. Forgive me. Because of my oversight and not realizing the mandate that was lifted after COVID, we were going to be a day late because we weren't able to get on the flight. Southwest rolled us over to the next day. They said, "Just get that passport and come back." I communicated this with Jamie. I apologize. I'm like, "Hey, you can
You're
have one
fine.
of my days. I'm sorry." But because of her going, reporting this to Child Protective Services, reporting this to Peoria Police, and reporting this to the International Bureau of Children in Washington, D.C., the U.S. Embassy said we now have to do an investigation. And that's why we were stuck in Jamaica for an extra 9 days. While we were stuck in Jamaica, Jamie went out of her way to contact our child's school and say, "I have no idea where Autumn is. I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard from Kevin." To which I had to reply to our principals and say, "Guys, Not only is that a fallacy, because here are the email exchanges between Jamie and I for the last few days. I've been communicating with you guys, and immediately my wife and I let our school know, our daughter's school know, hey, we're stuck in Jamaica. Can you please give us our daughter's homework? And we're here screenshotting emails from Jamie. She went out of our way to besmirch me and make it look like I intentionally did this. She has been trying to get full custody for a few years now. So I assume and I believe that's the reason why she involved so many entities. We then had to have an emergency hearing because I had to ask our judge, I said, can you please grant me emergency temporary custody? I'm not trying to take custody away from her. Just give it to me for 48 hours because then I don't need her signature and I can literally go back to the embassy and get the passport today. We'll be on a flight tonight. To which the judge says, I am very concerned that Jamie put you in this situation, and this whole hearing is a court file and it's recorded. I can provide it if you need it. She said, I'm very surprised that she would do this, and it's very concerning that Jamie did do this. But I'm not going to be granting you temporary custody because I just don't have enough to go off of. That's in the child's best interest. But I do hope you guys get home soon. Then
Okay.
Jamie came right behind me and requested full custody. And her and her lawyer said that I absconded to Jamaica and I intended to, and abscond means kidnapped. So I was very, very bothered by that because I don't think any of my actions were that of somebody who was trying to run away with their daughter. Not when I was in this much contact with so many different people. Also, I have a very public online persona. And I was constantly posting pictures of us in Jamaica and where we were. And why would I run away? I own a home. I I work here in Arizona. It's pretty ridiculous. It's just that my daughter is a dual citizen, just like I am, and we were able to travel on her Jamaican passport. And Jamie tried to turn that around into criminal kidnapping, absconding.
Okay. Have you provided any? I believe you have, but have you provided any documentation to the previous officer when you spoke with him?
Yes, I gave him
Okay.
all the emails. And I'm like, bro, I just need you to understand. I have been in constant communication with this woman. Because the story that he gave me was she didn't know where her child was. She didn't know where I was. She didn't know how to get in touch with me. Ridiculous. So I said, sir, I'm going to email you all of our email exchanges. And, I never heard from the guy again, but I did go to the Peoria police station and I did get the police report of that interaction. So when I get back in the family court, I can show our judge how ridiculous this entire ordeal was and how unnecessary it was.
Sure.
So during the
Okay.
emergency hearing, our judge also said, Jamie, you muddled the situation by involving so many facets and even government bureaus into this. Had you not done that, your daughter would have been home like within 48 hours. We had
Have you
stated,
tried to set up any further
yes,
appearances with the judge?
absolutely. I have been trying to. So while all this is going on, we had an evidentiary hearing on the docket with the fall off date being yesterday, January 27th. Unfortunately, our judge, the Honorable Patricia Starr, in December transitioned back to criminal court, and a new judge, Judge Harla Davison, was assigned to our Maricopa County Family Court case. So the hearing is still on the docket, even though yesterday it expired. So I'm just waiting to hear back from Harla Davison's team to let us know when she is going to schedule it. Because as of a week and a half ago, when I reached out, they said, hey, we want you to know, even though the dismissal date is coming up for January 27th, Commissioner Davison is fully aware of your case. She's reviewing it and she will be getting you a date. Jamie and her lawyer have been asking for this to be dismissed. They keep wanting it to be dismissed because Jamie has broken our parental agreement 3 years in a row by re-enrolling our daughter into a school that I have not agreed to, which breaks our parental agreement. So I've been trying to get in front of the judge for a year now, but my ex-wife, and her lawyer keep saying, hey, either he didn't file this properly, which isn't true, or hey, we need more information of his financial affidavit, which I've already turned in several times. They just keep trying to get continuances because they want to get this thing canceled. And Right now, we're literally just waiting to get the date for the evidentiary hearing so I can show our judge things like her telling the school that she doesn't know where I am or where Autumn is, which is a lie. Her telling the Peoria Police Department she doesn't know where her daughter is, which is a lie. Her re-enrolling our daughter into school without my permission. There's so many breaking of the parental agreement. I am sure and convinced that she doesn't want to go before a judge in an evidentiary hearing anymore. So she's done all this thinking that it was going to get her the full custody that she's been looking for so long.
Okay. Right now, I still need to go in. I'll open up all the evidence that's attached to this case, and I'll review all of it.
Yeah.
Just so you know, based on reading the officer's previous reports,
Yes.
talking to you, talking to her, I definitely understand the situation with the passport. I think based on everything I have, I need to at least take this case and send it over to the attorney's office to see what they want to do on it. I think, given the situation with the passport, you definitely have, you know, on your end, taking you in good faith, obviously good reason why you weren't able to come back into the country.
Yes.
Still, that being said, on paper, there were days that were supposed to be hers, and
Right.
she didn't have the child back. So that's why I'm going to send it over to that to the attorney's office for them to take a look at it. Just so you know.
Now, whose attorney? Are you talking about Jamie's attorney, Goldman, or
No,
the?
the city attorney.
Now, what happens if the city attorney says, okay, this was just miscommunication? Or if the city attorney says, okay, Jamie's wrong, or okay, Mr. Parkinson's wrong? What happens in any one of those scenarios?
If they decide that it's miscommunication or that she's wrong, nothing will go forward on it. If they
Hilarious.
decide if they decide that you are in the wrong, then they can submit charges, and then it can go from there.
Wow.
Um,
Wow. That would
so
I
that's kind of the three options or two
right.
options, I guess.
Would I be able to defend myself and present evidence?
Yeah, it'd be just like any other type of criminal charge. Just because you're getting charged with it doesn't mean that you're guilty of it.
Yeah. This is crazy, man. I'm being charged criminally, well, possibly
Possibly.
because of a lie. This is, and I mean, I know you're not the judge or the jury. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm just, I'm very disturbed by this.
No, I
This,
understand. I can put myself in your shoes. I'm
yeah.
divorced myself with a child in common, so I can
Okay.
understand. Situations can be difficult and frustrating. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to call, get some clarifying information from you, and then give you a heads up on kind of the direction that the case is going right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Let me
How?
give you my email address too.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me write it down. All right, sir. I am ready.
It's Cody CODY,
Is that CODY?
correct. Dot Smith
CODY .SMITH
at
at
Peoria
PEORIA
AZ
AZ
.gov.
.gov.
So if there's obviously further issues actively going on, you can always call our non-emergency number, or if it's an emergency, the emergency number. If there's further issues regarding the case or questions or anything like that, you can give me an email.
Okay, let's say a week goes by, a month goes by, 6 months go by. I don't hear anything about this. How do I get a status update?
You can always call us and ask for a status update. You can always email me and ask for a status update.
Okay.
If I have any information to give you, I will. Once it goes to the city attorney's office, when they make a decision, typically they'll either contact you typically by mail, or they could even give you a phone call to let you know that they're either going to go forward with the case or they're not going forward with the case.
Okay. How long does that typically take?
It just depends. I wish I could give you any type of a reasonable answer, but I don't
Yeah.
want to speak on their behalf. I don't know how many cases they're holding. So
Yeah, I understand. So if the attorney general decides, hey, there's nothing to investigate, I'm not pressing charges, nothing happens, it just goes away, even if the attorney general feels that Jamie didn't act in good faith.
what's your question? I'm sorry.
Even if the attorney general comes to the conclusion, hey, Jamie didn't act in good faith, nothing happens to her, there's no consequence for her filing this police report. even if I'm able to prove that it was malicious and intended to besmirch me and was not necessary.
Nothing would happen because at the
Wow.
baseline of it, she was supposed to have the child on her days, and
Wow.
she didn't have the child on her days. So
Okay.
it's not what she's filing isn't incorrect. Maybe there's details
No, my
within
first
it
time.
that she did
Thanks.
maliciously or whatever, but at the end of the day, she would, per the court order, she was supposed to have the child on those days, and she didn't have the child on those
Well,
days. So
Christmas Day.
it's not a false report
Right.
necessarily.
Okay. For sure. I'll hang up. All right, boss. They're calling me to the back. I gotta go.
No worries.
The only
You have my
last thing I
info
wanted
if
to
you have
say
any other
was
questions. Go
on
ahead.
Christmas Day, 2025, Jamie kept our daughter away from me. She said, well, because you were in Jamaica, I'm going to go ahead and keep her even though it's your day to have her. Am I able to make a report of that?
Yeah, you can always, anytime something like that happens, you can always give us a call in the non-emergency line.
No.
It does take 5 prior occurrences before we will look at it as a criminal
Yeah, I'm
matter,
hanging up
but
right
we can
now.
definitely document it for you.
All right, man. Thank you, bro. I'll see you
No
later. Bye.
problem. All right. Best of luck to you.
So, that's the audio. This happened. I hate to date the videos, but today is January 30th. This happened on the 28th. I got that phone call. So, looking into it, I'm like, okay, what kind of charges could be brought against me if the city attorney decides, hey, you were wrong for being stuck in Jamaica because your ex-wife did not sign the paperwork to get the passport that would have got you home the next day. So ultimately what she did was she used the opportunity of me being stuck in Jamaica to contact the attorney for the city of Peoria, Arizona, and say, my child is being held away from me. And 9 days have gone. I haven't seen my daughter. And she manipulated the situation that she caused to make it look like I was absconding with our daughter. Absconding is just a professional way of kidnapping or parental alienation. So I'm doing my research. I'm looking into this, and I'm like, okay, what kind of charges could the city attorney bring up against me? And they are custodial interference. This involves one parent unlawfully preventing the other from exercising their court-ordered parenting time. Violation of a court order. If the court finds that Mr. Parkinson did not notify his ex-wife according to the terms of their custody agreement or deviated from court-mandated parenting time, this may result in charges related to non-compliance with custody or visitation, failure to return a child, parental kidnapping, or absconding. In extreme cases, prolonged withholding of a child can be construed as parental kidnapping or absconding, particularly if one parent believes there is no intent to return the child. I was in contact with this woman the entire time I was in Jamaica. I was also in contact with our daughter's school every single day we were in Jamaica. Yes, babe. You ready? Hey. I'm on my way back to the hospital, but I'll be there at like 2:39. Okay. I'm totally ready. Okay. All right, bye. Thank you. Violation of a court order. If the court finds that Kevin did not notify his ex-wife according to the terms of their custody agreement or deviated from court-mandated parenting terms, this may result in charges related to non-compliance with a custody or visitation order. Contempt of court. If the court order is binding, the prosecutor might seek a contempt of court charge, which can carry penalties like fines or, in severe cases, jail time. Of course, there's potential to dismiss all the charges, but as you guys heard, if the attorney for the city of Peoria, Arizona, dismisses the charges, nothing happens to my ex-wife, Jamie Williams. She just gleefully goes off into the wind. There is no council, there is no bureau, there is no department to say, hey, now we're going to investigate and we're going to decide whether or not these charges that you brought onto Mr. Parkinson or that you asked the city to bring onto Mr. Parkinson were fraudulent or not. Guys, this means that when I was in Jamaica, because my ex-wife would not sign the DC-11 form that would have gotten us home the next day, and she involved different government bureaus and local police, this means that she told them that she didn't know where I was. She didn't know when I was coming back. Now, I have to say the word allegedly, of course, but had they known this side of the story, would they even entertain this? Would I even have gotten that phone call? I'm on the phone talking to Peoria PD, like, yo, sir, officer, did this woman explain to you the circumstances in which I was in Jamaica and that she's the reason why I was stuck in Jamaica and that I was in constant communication with her while in Jamaica and that I told her where we were going and when we were coming back? Guys, this isn't a sympathy video. This isn't, oh, woe is me, woe is me. No, life is good. God is good. The YouTube channel is growing. We're getting the message out there. I'm so grateful for that. This is a video to remind all of my new subscribers, everybody who accidentally comes across this channel. I just want you guys to know I'm in this with you. I am legitimately in this fight for fathers' rights with you. And even with what you guys just heard and the cantankerous nature and the indecency of the ex-wife that I have to deal with for the next 10 years, I want you guys to know, as much as I want to break down or give up or walk away, I know fathers win at the end. I know fathers prevail at the end. I know it. We all know there are amazing mothers in the world. We all know it. But I think we are going to have to help redefine the culture in this amazing, amazing country we live in, the United States, when it comes on to fathers inside a family court. This isn't right. This isn't right. There has to be some accountability for the women who are putting men throughout this country through this nonsense. Now, I have to use the word allegedly. How do you allegedly falsify a police report? How do you allegedly lie to the police? I have to keep saying allegedly. But how do you allegedly call the police knowing where your daughter was, knowing we were stuck in Jamaica because of you, and telling them that your parental time is being impeded upon because your child's father is refusing to give your kid to you? We were stuck in Jamaica. Jamie Williams, if you're watching this video, you're going to have to live with this one day. Our daughter is going to grow up and she's going to be an amazing, beautiful young adult. And she's going to watch this video and she's going to say, damn, Mom, my wife and I, we are Christians. We are raising our children to honor and respect their parents so their days will be long. We will never ask Autumn to hate you, to be disrespectful to you. We'll never do that. But we will tell her the truth. We're also not going to lie to our kids. To all you mothers out there, I was about to the Bellflower, California, class of 2005, Bellflower High School, Kevin Parkinson, the Raleigh, North Carolina, Shaw University, KP was about to come out. Let me not go there. Let me not say that. Let me say this. Jamie, God bless you. God bless you. I wish peace upon you, your household. I don't know what it is that you're going through in your life to assume that this type of behavior is acceptable. I just want you and all of the millions of women out there. And then the YouTube analytics are telling me that we've got men and women in the UK and in Canada also watching. Of course, I don't know how your family court system is different than ours, but we're all Western civilization, so I'm assuming it's similar. So I'm going to say this to all the women around the world tuning into this channel who are not being upstanding citizens and good co-parents. I'm going to say this. You think you're doing something slick. You think you're getting away with this. But there is a quote in the Bible that says what's done in the dark comes to light. And one day it will. One day it will. I'm in this fight with you guys. I'm with you. I'm with you. All you men out there, I'm with you. To the small fraction of the population of women who are going to family court. I mean, I know this is Father's Win, but let me also say this. To the woman out there going to family court, dealing with a ex-husband or a baby father who is mistreating the situation, we're sorry. And we're praying that your situation gets better. There are so many resources available for you, even free legal counsel. So, utilize it if you need it. But there's nothing for men. There are small organizations scattered throughout the country that are doing their best to keep men abreast of their rights as fathers. But a lot of times, it's not enough. So, I say that to say, men, keep fighting, stay strong. Know that an advocate, an ally, a brother in this fight with you is going through it with you. Now, I truly believe with my heart of hearts that the city attorney for Peoria, Arizona, is going to get all of the evidence that I was able to submit to the officer. And shout out to the officer, good guy, a decent human being. He treated me fair, spoke to me like a man. I appreciate you. Thank you. None of the videos we do here on Father's Win is to bash law enforcement, to bash the judges in family court. Not even the lawyers. Some of y'all are lame. Like Jamie Goldman, my ex-wife, Jamie Williams, lawyer, Jamie Goldman, out here in Arizona. She's terrible. She is a junkyard dog. And that is how I truly feel. So that is not defamation of character. This woman has said the most egregious things about me in court. Whatever. What are you going to do? But we're not here to bash anybody. We're just here to help change the culture of family court because something's got to change. I'm in it with you guys. Just stay strong. Stay strong. Document. Learn all you can. I don't know if there's a book on family court. I know Family Court for Dummies. If there is, somebody leave it in the comment section. I'll buy a copy and we'll start reading it here on this channel. But stay strong, stay educated, fight for your children. Do it. Do it. I truly, truly believe the city attorney of Peoria, Arizona is going to look at all the evidence that I submitted to the officer and it's going to be like, yo, I can't file these charges on this guy. This is ridiculous. I truly believe that in Jesus' name. And I believe the same for all you dads out there fighting the good fight who are truly doing your best to do the right thing. Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry. It's going to work out. Stay strong. All right, man. Well, God bless you guys. I know this was a huge detour from what we usually do on Father's Win. I just had to be transparent and let you guys know I'm in it with y'all. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. God bless you. Peace. Fighting for